It's been a minute now since Apple has released some new products that have felt genuinely interesting, but luckily 2024 isn't over yet, and Apple is planning a second event for the fall, with sources reporting that an October event is almost here. We've got a trio of M4 Macs on the way, including one with a complete redesign, a pair of new iPads, including one that hasn't been updated in years, and maybe a couple of other bonus products as well. So it sounds like there's actually quite a bit just around the corner. I want to tell you about the iPads first, including the one that everybody has been waiting to see updated, and that is finally a new version of the iPad mini is said to be coming out in around a month. Now, here's the thing with this iPad mini. While it is getting an update, it's not going to be a crazy update, but it's also not going to be a nothing spec bump only update. According to rumors, Apple has a couple of changes planned. On this next generation of the iPad mini, Apple's going to keep the same 8.3-inch screen that we have currently, but they are going to be fixing the jelly scroll issues that plagued this device since it released in 2021. This is where the left and right side of the screen don't update at the same time, and it just ultimately ends up making the screen look very cheap. That is something Apple is addressing this year. By the way, make sure to get subscribed so you don't miss out on any new Apple rumors. For taking photos and videos, both the front and the back cameras are going to be upgraded with some improved hardware and software processing, so your photos look even better if you're a freak who takes photos on your iPad mini. This update could also add support for the Apple Pencil Pro, which Apple debuted back in May of this year alongside the new iPad Pros, and considering that the current iPad mini supported the same pencil as the previous iPad Pros, it seems logical for Apple to add the Pro Pencil support to this smallest tablet. But without a doubt, while those changes are nice, there's one seriously big update coming this year, and that's going to be via the chip on the inside. Apple is likely going to be including an A18 or an M1 chip in here to bring Apple Intelligence features to the iPad mini for the very first time. And since the iPad mini is launching in October, when Apple Intelligence will actually be released to the public, you'll be getting some initial features like some of the writing tools that can summarize things, the notification summaries, which are amazing, and the new look for Siri too. Now, going along with the chip, rumors also suggest that Wi-Fi 6E as well as Bluetooth 5.3 will be updated on this iPad mini, and there could be some new color options as well. Maybe Apple would do a similar palette to what they did with the updated AirPods Max. But I will still never forgive Apple for only adding USB-C to the AirPods Max and nothing else. I'm still not over it. I'll never be, frankly. Now, alongside the iPad mini, there is one other iPad coming to this event too, and that is an updated version of the iPad 11, which is Apple's base, most inexpensive offering. For this new model, it sounds like the main upgrade is going to be a faster chip on the inside, so mainly a spec bump update here, but it's unclear currently whether Apple is going to add the AI Apple Intelligence features here, or because this is the base model, make you pay more to get those. Honestly, this base iPad already got the biggest update it could have gotten this year back in May, when Apple dropped the price by 100 buckaronis, down from $449 to $349. And that, for this package, is an absolute steal for this product. $349 is crazy for this base iPad. That being said, it's very likely that the new iPads Apple does announce will still have 10 hours of battery life, which is the same as it has been since 2010. So that's why I partnered up with Basis, who sponsored today's video, to show you their brand new Basis PicoGo 2-in-1 wireless charger. And this is by far one of the most unique charging solutions that I've ever used. It's been designed to not just look great on your desk, but also have a ton of functionality. Like up top, there's the 15 watts Qi 2 wireless charging, which is just as fast as Apple's original MagSafe. Then over on the right side, there is a retractable USB-C charging cable that is perfect for your MacBook. And with a maximum power output of 67 watts, it's able to charge your MacBook pretty quickly. The cable itself is over 2 feet in length, and what I love about this design is when you don't need to charge anything, it retracts into the charging base, so it gives you a much more clean look on your desk, and there's way less clutter. So when you're charging your phone and your laptop at the same time, you have a total power output of 82 watts, which is really impressive for something that is this tiny. And right now, when you use my link down below in the description, you can grab one of the new Basis 2-in-1 PicoGo wireless chargers for yourself. This thing is really neat. Okay, thanks so much to Basis for sponsoring. Now let's get back to it. Following these new iPads, Apple has also confirmed the next product that they're going to be announcing at this event, and that is a new version of the Mac Mini. And well, according to Apple in a new code leak, that is coming. Apple themselves has straight up confirmed there is a new Apple Silicon Mac Mini in the works, and they've even referenced one of the new features that this computer is going to have 5 different USB ports on here, which is quite a lot. But what is the new Mac Mini actually going to look like? Apple's leak hasn't confirmed that, but there's a ton of other reporting that has. And this design, it's honestly the computer I'm most excited for in the past couple of of years of Apple releases. According to leaks, Apple's new Mac Mini is going to be the smallest computer that they have ever made, with a source describing it as basically an M4 iPad Pro built into a super small box. Dimensionally, we're hearing it's going to be roughly the same size as an Apple TV, which if you've ever seen the Apple TV is something ridiculously tiny. Now, from what we're hearing, the exterior of this Mac Mini is still going to be made out of aluminum, and it kind of sounds like Apple is basically going to be miniaturizing their larger Mac desktop, borrowing actually quite a bit from the expensive Mac Studio and bringing it down to a more affordable price point. First, of the 5 new USB-C ports that Apple is adding to the Mac Mini, 3 are going to be in the back, but 2 are now going to be on the front, which, if that sounds familiar, is exactly what Apple has currently done on the Mac Studio, which is going to make it so much easier to connect accessories and peripherals to your Mac Mini. Second, though, this new Mac Mini is also borrowing one other thing from the Mac Studio, and that's actually some of the power that expensive machine offers. Per usual, Apple's going to be including the base M4 chip as an option on the Mac Mini, but if you do want to spend more, they're also going to be putting the M4 Pro in this year's Mac Mini redesign. And while that might not sound like a big deal, it's just Apple's mid-tier M4 chip. From the benchmarks we've seen from the M4 and how powerful Apple's new A18 Pro chip is, it seems like the M4 Pro chip in this Mac Mini will actually be somewhat close in power to the M2 Ultra chip in the Mac Studio, which is the highest end chip that Apple offers right now. Now, I know that sounds insane, but this would be going from the highest tier of the M2 2 generations later to the mid tier of the M4. So these performance expectations and predictions actually line up with what is realistic. So all things considered, this new Mac Mini sounds like it is going to be pretty incredible, and nothing short of a marvel of engineering from Apple packing all of this into such a tiny package. Now, if you do want a bigger package, you can get the iMac, because Apple is also updating this with an M4 chip at this event too. Now, the design is going to be the same. It is still going to only be available in that 24-inch screen size. Unfortunately, guys, the larger one, it's being worked on, but no new larger iMac still at this event. And really the main upgrade for this one is just going to be the spec bump M4 chip on the inside. But between these two Mac desktops, we've only seen the M4 and the M4 Pro chips, but we know at this event, Apple is also going to be releasing the M4 Max chip, and they are going to be put it in what I consider to be Apple's flagship Mac that they make. And that's the 2024 refresh of the MacBook Pro. We are getting new 14 and 16-inch models at this event, equipped with either an M4 chip at the base, M4 Pro in the middle, or for the absolute most amount of power, the M4 Max chip is also going to be unveiled here. Now, for the design of this new MacBook Pro, we are not hearing that there are any dramatic changes coming this year, although in the next couple of years, there are some crazy changes coming to these MacBooks. As soon as 2025, we've heard the MacBook Pro could get a touchscreen display. We not only know that Apple is working on this, but it sounds like it is inevitable at this point. And then the following year in 2026, we're going to be getting OLED displays on the MacBook, which will likely allow Apple to do an even thinner design, just like they did with the iPad Pro. At this October event, though, we aren't getting any of those major changes imminently, and these new MacBook Pros are just going to be a larger power update where we're getting some new stuff on the inside, but everything else is basically the same. Now, finally, following all the other products, there are a couple of other things that we could actually end up seeing at this event as well. The first of these things is a new Apple TV. It's been a while since we've seen an update, and initial rumors for this year said that it was coming in 2024, but now we haven't heard much in a while, so it's unclear whether or not Apple is planning an Apple TV update, or because the Apple TV is becoming more and more of a niche product, if they're sort of pushing the update further out until they can figure out exactly what to do with this little box that is basically going to be the same size as the new Mac Mini. On the other hand, though, is a product that I'd be very interested to see, and that is a new Apple external display, something that I think would pair incredibly well with a redesigned Mac Mini. Rumors of Apple releasing a new display or updating one of their current ones have been super on and off for years, and it sounds like there is a new 27-inch screen in the works with a mini LED panel, and there have been rumblings that it could support 120 Hz ProMotion, but that is just something that I would have to see to believe, because Apple's $6,000 display from 2019 doesn't even support 120 Hz ProMotion, and it also hasn't been updated in 5 years. But again, not entirely sure about these displays, although I really want to see some new ones. So adding up everything together, we are at least getting 3 new Macs with M4 and 2 new iPads, and we could be getting in some other products too, some things that we've been waiting on updates for forever. Overall, sounding like a way bigger event than the October event last year that was just Macs, and I could not be more excited to see what comes out, especially after the September event that was ultimately very disappointing, and I still can't really believe we all just lived through that. Okay, event coming soon. Apple's gonna be sending out invites in 1, 2, 3 weeks at this point, so not that much longer to wait. Okay, I've been Sam, hope you're doing well. Drop a like if you enjoyed, hit subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.